Hey guys, how are you doing these days? I hope everybody's well. Today I want to talk about Tandem and learning with a tandem partner. When I started out learning Korean, my first step was to find self-study books and websites. I also got a professional tutor to make sure I'm on the right path and I learn everything the right way. Even though there's nothing wrong with these decisions or methods, I feel like they're more like a traditional way, and they also cost some money. Recently I found out about another way, learning a language through Tandem or with a tandem partner. So I discovered a video on YouTube called How to Acquire Any Language Without Learning It, and it changed my way of learning and my whole attitude towards it. It showed me an alternative way how to acquire any language instead of really learning. First of all, this was very appealing to me because I tend to lose interest very quickly if it gets too repetitive. For example, with too much dry grammar, because it's boring. If you have other obligations like me, for example having a full-time job, you want to make sure you study the right way and as effective as possible and that you don't lose time. Based on the research they did, the most effective way to learn any language is through comprehensible input. Meaning by active speaking and listening to native speakers. That way, you don't have to learn the language at all. You simply acquire it.
But what do I mean with acquiring a language? Let us go back to an earlier time of our life, childhood. Do you remember how you picked up your mother tongue when you were a child? We were in a constant environment of the individual language. As kids, we simply acquired the language, naturally and subconsciously. For example, by listening hundreds of hours to our parents, by hearing repetitions over and over again until our brains form the connection. The brain adapts to the environment and simply picks it up. It works like magic. This kind of input is called comprehensible input. So what does that mean for us?
Since it is proven by science that this is the most effective way how to learn any language, we could mimic this method, we could copy it and use it in our lives for our study.
Tandem means two people coming together to support each other with their language learning. It is common to agree on a language trade, where you offer your native language in exchange for the target language. Finding a tandem partner can be challenging, depending on where you live, but there are a couple of options. Here are some tips which worked for me the best. Look for groups at Facebook or other social media platforms. Type Tandem, Korean, German in the search bar and you will see what is on offer. Here you can find people from various cities which like to have a tandem partner themselves. Just post something about you and you might get results very quickly.
Another way to find the right tandem partner is through the app called Tandem. Tandem is a platform helping you to find the right partner wherever you live, wherever you are on this world. You basically set up a free account, put in the languages you speak, put in the languages you're looking for, and you're free to go. You can also subscribe for a premium feature which adds, for example, local search, helping you to find the right tandem partner in your city.
I had fun doing both of these and highly recommend it, even without going premium at Tandem. Of course, if you have family members, friends or coworkers who speak the language, you could also reach out to them and beg for help. Before you begin with your tandem partner, you should set up your intention and some rules. Here are the science-based tips from the YouTube video I mentioned, which I tried and had the best results. Try to speak in your target language as much as possible. Use gestures, acting and drawing for further explanations. If you don't understand something, simply say it's not important in the target language. Use no grammar whatsoever. Corrections are not that important because they don't work. Around 60 minutes per language. So in total you should have a 2-hour session if you exchange languages.
Even though those rules are the most effective way to get the most comprehensible input for your tandem session, my advice to you is to discuss it beforehand with your tandem partner. Talk about the rules, ask if they're fine for the partner. You know, it could be that some of them make the partner kind of, uncomfortable, or they don't like it, or destroys the flow, the process. And I think at the end you should also have a lot of fun, not just the most effective way. So if it doesn't work for you or your partner, find a workaround or another solution. Next to the structure and the rules, here are 4 more tips which you can use to get the most out of your tandem session. Number 1, prepare a list of verbs. You could write down basic verbs such as to drink, eat, write them down in your list, give it to your tandem partner. This will help you to have a little bit more structure and also help your tandem partner if the tandem partner doesn't know what to say. Number 2, ask super simple questions. What is this? What is that? What is he doing? What is she doing? And the most important question is why? Why you can ask all the time. It will make your tandem partner talk even more, and that's what you need. Number 3, storytelling. Storytelling is the most powerful tool to get comprehensible input and to learn any language, according to the YouTube video. Use travel magazines and or kids books because those have the most pictures, and give it to your tandem partner and let your partner describe everything very lovely and detailed, what's on the picture. Don't just retell stories from the kids books, for example. Just make them explain everything or as detailed as possible. And number 4, record your session. Ask your tandem partner beforehand, of course, if it's okay for him or for her. If you record it, you only need the session where you speak your target language, and that way, you make sure you're not violating any privacy, because we care about it here in Europe. Repeating everything is also one of the best or most effective ways to get comprehensible input. I'm just a guy with an opinion, and I believe everybody has to find the best way for him or for herself how to learn a language. But here's why I think tandem and comprehensible input are one of the most underrated ways to learn a language.
I think behind languages is more than just vocabulary or grammar. Among so many things, every time I speak or hear another language, I feel like I'm using a secret code which the counterpart understands. It's even hard to explain sometimes. It reveals culture and is ultimately about humans. And language can be so complicated in a way, even our mother tongue. But our brain does such a good job using languages. I find it terrific. When you interact with a native speaker, the brain has way more opportunities to learn and mimic than from a textbook. When you try out Tandem, you're pushed out of your comfort zone and you meet real people along the way. You meet people who actually speak the language you want. You can find out more about their culture and maybe even become friends. I mean, you never know what might happen, but it's for sure so much more fun than just studying by textbook. And at the end, we learn and speak languages in order to connect. For me, this is the main reason why I learn Korean. And one day, I will speak it and connect with people in South Korea.
This is it. Now you have everything you need to start with Tandem. What are your experiences? Have you tried it before? And do you have any tips or best practices you would like to share? Feel free to leave a comment below. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.